covering the Northern Bahamas. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Grand Bahama Heart Association is transitioning. The association has taken on a new name, but it has overall the same objectives. The renaming taking place during a special ceremony at the Rand Nature Center on Friday, when Miko Knowles was there.
The Grand Bahama Hearts Association, founded in 2011, will now be called the Lady Laurie Miller Hearts Association. Family and friends coming together for the special occasion in honor of the late Laurie Miller. Medical consultant in the association, Dr. Pamela Etok, says Lady Miller was one of their first sponsors, and as they expand their outreach into the community, their aim is to educate persons about heart disease.
Tonight is to make known to our community and the world at large that we're here, that we are reaching out into our community to help those, educate, make them aware, and help, both in terms of hospitalization, in terms of airlifts, whatever is needed in order to help in heart care.
Giving remarks at the ceremony, cardiologist Dr. Winston Forbes says he's known the patron for several years. He says he could not think of anyone more deserving of the honor.
When I came home in 2000, she was the very first patient I saw in the Bahamas as a patient. And at that point in time, she was having an arrhythmia, it was in heart failure. And after treating her, she became my patient from that point onward. So from September of 2000 until she passed last year, she was a patient of mine.
Reciting a poem in honor of her great-grandmother, Diaja Archer says she will always have a special place in her heart.
My grandmother, she was loving, kind, very appreciative. She was always caring to people she would meet and would always greet them. I would always check for her, and I always wanted to go by her. I always wanted to be around her. And she called me her favorite grandchild.
Archer says she's happy they're renaming the Hearts Association in her great-grandmother's honor.
I'm very appreciative that she's being honored from the Heart Association, and it's very nice.
Miko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
3 high school students will travel to New York on Saturday to participate in the United Nations 63rd session of the Commission on the Status of Women. The high school seniors all placed in the top 3 in the GirlCon essay competition last November. Senate President and founder of GirlCon, the Honorable Kay Forbes Smith, says that the organization is living up to its promise to take the girls to the UN as their reward for placing. She says their trip will be one to remember.
We're going to be meeting and trying to learn what other NGOs are doing around the world in terms of gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls. So these young ladies will be exposed to quite a number of events throughout the week.
Sabrina Brown and Austonia Thomas both say GirlCon has impacted their lives tremendously, and they're grateful for the opportunity.
I'm very happy that GirlCon really is giving myself and the other 2 people who won in the essay competition a chance to really go to the UN and experience something as good and enriching as that.
I never thought that I would be able to win an essay competition. This was the first essay competition I ever entered. I just tried something new, and I'm just happy that I was able to experience such an enlightening event.
The 63rd Commission will address its priority theme, social protection systems, access to public services, and sustainable infrastructure for gender equality, as well as the empowerment of women and girls. It is slated for March 11th through the 22nd. And Ruth Nell Technical Institute declaring the month of March as Careers Through Technical Education Awareness Month in efforts to highlight the important role technical education plays in the further development of society. RTI President Fred Delancey says that the institution hopes to reduce Grand Bahama's unemployment issue by preparing young people for the future, helping them to uncover and develop their talents, and this includes training and more training.
If we are serious about adequately preparing our young people for the future, then tens of millions of dollars must be invested to equip training agencies with the latest technology to expose residents to the best quality training possible. This must be a partnership between the government and industry. It remains a mystery why industry does not contribute to technical education in more practical ways. Sponsoring activities is one thing, but contributing to the total development of our people is special.
The Institute has planned several special events, including an essay competition, a symposium on renewable energy at work, and an education and careers workshop and exhibition. RTI Board Chairman Pleasant Bridgewater says it is important to highlight the importance of technical training because without it, the country simply cannot function.
In order for our people to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that are being afforded or available through these industries, then they have to be properly trained. And Ruthnell Technical Institute is an avenue that is geared towards that and is committed to training the workforce for the industries here in Grand Bahama, not only in Grand Bahama, but throughout the Bahamas and elsewhere.
Turning now to our Generation Y report, we feature a young lady who is a part of the beauty industry. Now, in this report, she shares her journey, the do's and don'ts of business, and how this sector can be a success for other young people once they are dedicated to their craft. Italia Hall has more.
Ronnie Johnson is a makeup artist and a graduate of Tabernacle Baptist Academy. When exiting high school, her plan was to become a lawyer. She began taking courses at the University of the Bahamas, but she did not find it interesting. While her mother is a makeup artist, it was never a part of her plan to be a part of that sector as well.
I was like, no, I don't want to be a makeup artist. I want to be in the corporate world. I want to wear a suit and go to work 8 o'clock, and that's what I thought. But it wasn't something that was my destiny, I guess, because I wasn't passionate about it. I wasn't having fun with it. Crying to my husband, well, he was my fiance at the time, and I just was like, hey, I can't be someplace where I'm unhappy, you know? And it's just like I'm just living life. I want my life to have purpose.
She then began working at a makeup studio as an administrative assistant, and that is when she fell in love with the profession.
I went to the US and I got certified, and I did some more training. I went to workshops and I made sure that I got certified, because it's so much more to just applying makeup. It's hygiene, it's color theory, it's the structure of a person's face. You can't do the same makeup that you would do on one person on the next, because everyone has different face structures.
Johnson then worked on her makeup skills, and although scared at first, she eventually opened her own business, RJ Beauty.
My clientele has grown so big. I'm now into corporate makeup too, so I'm doing makeup for BTC and Alive and Pelican Bay and all these amazing Grand Bahama Port Authority, all these amazing companies that I get to work with. But it didn't start off there. It started off with me having 2 clients.
Johnson is now offering more services to clients and has created her own beauty products. She says there are some challenges being a young business owner, but overall she does not regret her decision. And for others interested in makeup, she says you must believe in yourself and know your worth.
Don't just be lazy and say, oh, I can't do it. Practice is key until you perfect it, and go after, if this is something that you're interested in, go after it.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
This is Ask the Doctor. Welcome. Linda from Nassau asked, how do you know when you're having a heart attack? Linda, thank you for your question. A heart attack occurs when the flow of blood to the heart muscle is blocked, most often by buildup of fat, cholesterol, and other substances, which form a plaque in the tiny arteries that feed the heart. The interrupted blood flow can damage or destroy the affected part of the heart muscle. It is important to remember that heart attack symptoms can vary. Not everyone who has a heart attack has the same symptoms, or even the same severity of symptoms. But in every case, a heart attack is a serious and life-threatening emergency. Some of the symptoms can be pressure, tightness, pain, or squeezing or aching sensation in your chest or arms that may spread to your neck, jaw, or back, nausea, indigestion, heartburn or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, cold sweat, fatigue, lightheadedness or sudden dizziness, Most heart attacks occur at home. We know that in many cases, having someone who knows the basics of life-saving CPR and renders assistance to the victim of a heart attack can increase their chances of surviving. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Jay Philippe has a check on sports when we come back.